Hello and welcome. My name is Sammy, and tonight's class is part two of a 12-week women's health Hatha Yoga course. And the focus of tonight is building on our foundations, and we're building on familiarity and that sense of ease and knowing in our practice, in our body. And one focal point I'd like to bring within your practice is to allow your breath to set the rhythm for the movement throughout your practice. So if you'd like to just come down and arrive on your mat, sitting comfortably, placing your hands on your lap with your palms down, settling in, dropping your shoulders, and then inhaling, lifting up into your spine, lifting all the way into the crown of your head. And if you feel comfortable doing so, gently closing your eyes. And tuning into your breath, noticing how your body feels today. Letting your legs be heavy, softening into your hips and belly. And feeling the rise and fall of your chest and shoulders as you breathe in and out. Your arms are soft and heavy. Your face is relaxed. And coming into awareness of your breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Now starting to deepen your breath by inhaling for the count of 4. And exhaling for the count of 4. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Gently drawing in through your belly to complete the exhalation, emptying out your lungs. Inhaling. And exhale. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, we'll move straight into some Goranga breathing, bringing one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. We'll meditate on the sound Goranga, saying the sound out loud with our exhalation. So inhaling and say the sound Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Continuing on. Goranga. Goranga. One last time. Goranga. And releasing your hands to your lap, going back to your regular breathing pattern, allowing the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. Now slowly opening your eyes. And we'll begin warming up through our neck, dropping our chin down toward our chest. And raising the chin and looking up toward the sky. And lowering down, exhaling. Inhaling, look up. One more time each way, feeling that gentle stretch through the back of your neck. And then feeling that opening through the throat and the front of your neck as you lift up. Come back to center. Taking it from side to side. Keeping your breath flowing. One more time each way. And come back to center, lowering your left ear toward your left shoulder. And then raising your left hand, taking hold of just the outer edge of your right of your head. So you're going to drop the hand onto the head until you feel a little bit of pressure, feeling a nice stretch and opening through the right shoulder. And lift up. And over to the other side, dropping the right ear down toward the right shoulder. Taking the right hand up and over to the left side of your head. And then bearing down very gently onto your head until you feel a nice stretch through the top of the shoulder and the neck. Good. And lift up back to center. So now we're going to bring some movement into our spine, starting with some spinal twists, rotating over to the right, bringing your left hand to your left knee. And now revolving around to the left, moving right hand to the left knee, turning to look over your left shoulder. Come back to center and taking it from side to side, dropping the left hand down, softening through the left elbow as you reach up and over with the right arm. And change sides, right hand to the floor, reaching up with the left arm up and over. And come back to center. So now we're going to go into a little bit more of a free-flowing movement, just dropping the head and shoulders down, bending forward and coming around and up in a circular motion, and then back in the opposite direction. So just stretching out all through the back area, feeling that nice kind of tugs through your fascia. And coming back. And back to center. All right, coming over onto all fours. Stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees, drawing in through your belly. Just setting yourself up in tabletop pose for a moment. Spreading your fingers and thumbs nice and wide. First of all, focusing on your breath. So take a full breath here. Now we're going to coordinate our movement with our breath. So as you feel the urge to inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, lengthen through your spine, and look forward, arching your back. And then as you feel the urge to exhale, draw your chin in toward your chest, round through your spine, and tuck your tailbone. And then again, inhaling, looking forward, lengthening your vertebra away from one another. Exhaling into the opposite direction. Inhale, come forward, looking forward. Exhale, rounding your spine. Let's do one more each way. Inhale. Exhale. And come back to center. Inhaling, extend your right leg back, bringing your toes to the floor, straightening out through your leg, and slowly and carefully raise the leg up. So you might want to bring it to hip length, hip level first, keeping the right hip rolling down, and then challenging yourself to keep the hip working down as you raise the leg up, pressing down evenly into your hands and shins. Hands and shin, I should say. And then exhale, lower that leg down, and we'll move to the other side. Extending your left leg back, straightening the leg, toes to the floor. So already working the left hip down as you then raise your leg up, maybe to hip height or maybe a little further. Pressing down into your foundation, long through your spine, reaching back into your toes. And exhale, lower the leg down. Inhaling, this time we'll pick up the leg with a bent knee, making some circular motions with the hip. So you're going to take the leg back, knee out to the side, like you're drawing a circle out to the side, and then lowering it down back to your leg. So you're going around in a circular motion, bringing it back, and then we'll go 3 in the opposite direction. So raising the leg out to the side, knee drives back, and lower it down. One more. Taking it back and down. Trying to keep your hips nice and steady as you go through that rotational movement. So now we'll take the knee up, left side, and around. Taking it back, out, around, and down. One more time. Out, back, around, and down. Keeping that pelvis nice and stable, and out in the opposite direction now. Out to the side, back, down. Out to the side, back, down, and lowering your knee to the floor. Take a breath. And step your hands forward slightly, tuck your toes under, and lifting back into downward dog just for a bit of a warm-up. So lifting and lowering your heels, alternating from side to side, stretching out through the backs of the legs. And we're just giving our knees a little bit of a break here before we come back down into tabletop again in a moment. And allowing your heels to drop down toward the floor, pressing the floor away and lifting into your hips. One more breath here. And exhaling, lowering your knees to the floor, finding yourself back in this position. And then we're going to raise the right arm up. And exhale, taking it down and through to come into thread the needle. Lowering your shoulder to the floor, cheek comes to the floor. Inhale, taking the left arm up, placing your hand on your sacrum, or if you can, tucking your hand in front of your right thigh. Finding your breath, and then inhaling to draw the top shoulder back, feeling that twist through your upper back. Keep reaching back into your hips. One more breath here. Exhaling completely as you unravel, hands to the floor, pressing yourself up. On your next inhale, reaching the left arm up. Exhaling, taking it down and through, shoulder to the floor. Inhaling, taking the right arm up, placing it on your sacrum, or wrapping it around, binding to take hold of the front of your left thigh. Take a breath. And inhaling as you draw that top shoulder back, intensifying the twist through the upper body. Settling into your natural breathing pattern. And exhaling completely, unraveling, coming back onto all fours. And again, just stepping your hands slightly forward from your shoulders, tucking your toes under, and we'll come back into downward dog. Take a nice big stretch here. And then mosey your feet forward, walking them forward to meet your hands. And slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing at the top of your mat. Let's get ready for 3 rounds of sun salutations now. Feeling free to modify as needed or add in any variations. Standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. Grounding down through your feet, lifting through your spine into the crown of your head. Inhaling, raising your arms up, reaching into your thumbs, spine is long. Exhaling, folding forward, hands to the floor or your shins. Inhale, flat back, fingertips to the floor or hands to shins. And then exhaling, jump into plank position, and either knees to the floor or just lowering down from plank. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, tuck the toes, drive through the belly, lifting your hips, coming back into downward dog, holding here for 3 breaths. Taking your time with each breath. Checking that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. Press the floor away, lifting into your hips. simultaneously lengthening down into your heels, maybe softly bending through your knees if needed. Exhale completely. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come together above your head. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhaling, jump or step back into plank. And lower down. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog. Exhaling to lift up and back into downward dog. Settling into the pose and holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Empty out the breath. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, reaching up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Let's do one final round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, folding forward, jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, downward dog. Tuning into your breath. Really starting to get a glimpse of your unique breath rhythm at this point in your practice. Exhaling completely. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, come all the way up. Exhaling, arms down by your sides. All right, take a breath here, taking a little rest. Noticing how your body feels, the little more circulation and pranic flow. Now bringing your hands to your hips, stepping your feet hip distance apart. And if you need to, softly bending through your knees. We're going to go into a forward fold now. So standing tall, drawing in through your belly as you hinge from the hips, and then lowering your hands to the floor. So if you find it hard to bring your hands to the floor, you can loop a belt around the soles of your feet to have that little bit of extension. Otherwise, you can take hold of the backs of your ankles or first 2 fingers wrap around your big toes. We're going to do a bit of a dynamic movement here of inhaling to lengthen, drawing against your toes, your belt, your ankles. And then exhaling, we'll draw in, bringing our forehead in toward our shins, nice and long through your spine. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening. Exhaling, folding and drawing in, maybe scooping in through your belly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Getting a nice stretch through the whole back of our body. Also getting a nice inversion. Inhale, lift. And this time we'll exhale, fold forward, and we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. So taking your time with each breath. And just noticing any subtle changes that occur in your body as you hold the position. So you might start to soften a little, be able to incrementally move maybe a little deeper into the pose, or you might notice that, you know what, today I really need to just bend my legs and hang forward, belly to thighs, and just let go mentally, let go of the day, let everything just pour out. Just listening to your body and responding accordingly. One more breath. And release. Bringing your hands to your hips, pressing down into your feet, coming all the way up to standing. And take a moment here, just allowing everything to balance out. Nice. Okay. Now moving into a low lunge. So we'll take a big reach back with our right leg, toes to the floor, dropping your back knee to the floor. Flatten out through your back foot. And bring your hands to rest on your front knee. Allowing your hips to move down to the floor as you lift up out of your waistline. And if you'd like to take it further, you can raise your arms up, reaching up into your fingertips as your hips move down in the opposite direction. Keep breathing naturally. Inhale. And exhale. Lower your arms. Bring your hands to your hips. Tuck your back toes under. Drawing in through your belly, lift the back knee and step forward. And this time reaching the left leg back, toes to the floor, knee to the floor, and allow your hips to move down. Bringing your hands to rest on your front knee. Settling into low lunge, and if you feel you can, raising your arms up, shoulders down away from your ears, reaching up into your fingertips. And finding that delicious space in every breath. Exhaling, lowering your arms down. Bring your hands to your hips. Tuck your back toes under. Nice big lift and step forward. All right. Now let's take it out to the side. Doesn't matter which foot extends back. So sideways on your mat with your feet out wide, turning your right toes out to point and bringing your left toes slightly in. Bending through the right knee, stacking it above your right ankle. Coming into Warrior Two, just checking your foundation first, lifting through that back inner arch, stacking your shoulders above your hips, and then inhaling, raising your arms out to shoulder height, reaching out into your fingertips and turning to look just beyond your right fingertips. Setting your shoulders down away from your ears, standing tall into the crown of your head, navel drawing in. Finding that steady rhythm of your breath. Nice. Now lowering your back hand down your back leg and reaching your right arm up and over as we take it back into reverse warrior. And then exhale, coming forward over your front leg and bringing your forearm to rest on top of your thigh. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up, coming into extended side angle pose. If you feel you can go further, you can lower the right hand to the floor, either to the inside or outside of your front foot. And turning to look up. Holding here for a few breaths, navel drawing in. Even though we're going into this kind of broad stance, you're still lifting through the pelvic floor, keeping that nice buoyant feeling through the hips and upper body. And inhaling, lifting up. And straightening out through the right leg, turning the toes in, take a breath. And turn the left toes out. Bring the right toes in slightly, setting up your foundation, stacking your knee above your ankle, and checking that your shoulders feel nice and strong right above your hips, and raising your arms out to the side. So navel drawing in to support your lower back and the whole integrity of your torso. Turning to look beyond your left fingertips. And settling into your breath. And lowering your backhand down, reaching up and back into reverse warrior. And then exhaling, lowering your left forearm to rest on top of your thigh. Inhale, sweeping the right arm up. Upper arm resting just above your ear, turning to look up. And maybe further still, lowering your hand to the floor. Keep lifting through the pelvic floor, navel drawing in. Inhale, rise up. Come all the way up to standing. Turn the toes in, lower your arms. Give yourself a little rest. Heel toe your feet back together. And shake out your legs. Very invigorating. I can feel the energy flow. Whew. Okay. Stepping your feet out wide once more. Turning your right toes out and your left toes in slightly. Raising your arms up. Engaging through your legs. Thighs are switched on. Knees are lifted. And sending your hips over to the left. Reaching over to the right, lowering your hand down to your ankle or a block. Reaching your left arm up, navel drawing in, really drawing in there to support your torso. And placing your gaze wherever feels comfortable, either gazing down at your lower foot in front of you or up at your top hand. Two more breaths here. Keeping your feet pressing down firmly. And bending through the right knee, lifting all the way up to standing. Turning your toes in, left toes out this time. Setting yourself up with legs nice and engaged, squeezing your thighs, lifting your kneecaps, pressing down firmly through your feet. Arms are out to the side as you send your hips over to the right, reaching to the left. Lowering your hand down to your ankle and reaching up through the top hand. Navel drawing in, long through your spine. Feeling nice and strong, and at the same time cultivating that sense of ease. Bringing a soft focus into your mind. Being patient with each breath. And release. Bending through the left knee. Press all the way up to standing. Turning your toes in. Lower your arms for a moment. And take a breath between postures. Now inhaling. We're going to hinge through the hips as we fold forward, reaching our hands to the floor. And exhale completely, coming into a standing wide-legged forward fold. So you can take your feet as wide as feels comfortable for you. It really depends on the length of your legs to the length of your spine and torso. If you're able to bring the crown of your head to the floor, please go ahead and do so. Just gently bringing it in contact with the floor. And lifting through the hips as you press down into your feet, walking your hands underneath your body. And feeling your legs working, and also the experience of being inverted. Breathing naturally.
Let's take 3 more breaths here. Feel free to move your arms around if you want to take your arms a little further behind you, or walking your hands out to take hold of your feet. Getting ready to release now. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and pressing yourself into a half lift. And take your hands to your hips, soft bend through your knees, and lift all the way up to standing. Walking your feet in. Good. Hands by your sides, take a breath. And coming down to the floor, extending your legs out. Oop. And flexing your toes back towards you. Inhaling, raising your arms up. Interlock your hands and press your palms up. Pressing the palms up toward the ceiling as you ground down through your hips and lengthen your toes back toward you. And just start to engage through your thighs. Again, lifting your kneecaps. Navel drawing in to help you lift. And then exhaling, keeping that lift as you fold forward. Lowering your hands to meet your legs, whether that's your shins, your ankles, maybe taking a grip around your feet or toes. And begin to soften forward. We're going to stay here for about 10 breaths in a seated forward fold. So just giving your body plenty of time to slowly release and deepen into this position. And trying to keep your thighs engaged. And this will help to release and relax through your hamstrings. Really trying to let go into the natural rhythm of your breath. Allowing that to be the baseline or set point for your practice. To be always returning to our breath without rushing or forcing the breath. Coordinating our movements around the experience of our natural rhythm of our breath. Just a couple more breaths here. And slowly come up. Walking your hands back up your legs. And now bringing the soles of your feet together. Cupping your hands around your toes, your feet. Lengthening upwards through your spine as you draw against your feet, pressing your knees down toward the floor. So you're in a nice active position in Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose, Kopla. And if you'd like to take it further, you can bow forward, dropping your elbows to the insides of your legs. Folding forward. And gently pressing your knees down toward the floor. And slowly lift up. Release. Now coming over onto your belly. Lying down and taking your elbows underneath your shoulders. And forearms to the floor with your hands spread nice and wide. And with Sphinx pose, we are going to inhale and peel the chest up off the floor. But instead of hinging through the spine to just lift up and create the shape, let's try to inhale and Lift and lengthen the spine, feeling each vertebra moving away from one another. Then press down into your palms, broadening through your collarbones. Gently engaging through the hips to protect the lower back. And lengthening back into your toes so your legs are just gently active. And gazing down at the tip of your nose, holding here. See if you can lift just a little higher, pressing into your palms and forearms. And exhaling, release. Rolling over onto your back. For bridge pose, bring the soles of your feet to the floor with your knees bent. Bring your heels in as close as is comfortable to your hips, with your arms down by your sides, palms down. Shoulders down away from your ears, pressing down into your feet as you tuck your tailbone and lift your hips off the floor, lifting your lower back, just making an angle of your body to start with. So a line from your knees, hips to shoulders. Then exhale, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Hips are the last to come down. And continue, tuck your tailbone, lifting up, press into your feet and your forearms, this time lifting a little higher. Exhaling, lower down. Good. One last time, tuck your tailbone, lifting up. And this time we're going to lift and hold, so raising your hips up nice and high, feeling your chest moving toward your chin. And further still, interlocking your hands underneath your body and drawing your shoulder blades together. And then begin to press down into your forearms and your feet, lifting your hips high. Your sternum is lifting. Maybe getting a nice contraction through the throat and thyroid area. And keeping your big toes pressing down. For our last couple of breaths, see if you can lift just a little higher, challenging yourself, lifting the hips. And release, releasing your hands, palms down. Unravel your shoulders and then lower your spine to the floor one vertebra at a time. And your hips are the last to come down. Relax, allow your knees to fall inward and take a breath. Beautiful. Hugging your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze. Now take hold of the soles of your feet, whichever way feels comfortable, and knees coming out to the side with your thighs sliding down alongside your torso, coming into happy baby pose. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears and then begin to press down into the soles of your feet so you get a nice stretch through the hips and groin area. And begin to gently rock from side to side like a happy baby, rolling on its back, having a little giggle, maybe bringing a soft smile to your face. Okay, now come back to center. Release your legs, crossing your ankles over the top of one another and taking hold of your feet with your hands. So you're going to create this kind of little tied knot with your legs and your hands. And just close your eyes and begin to relax and release. Really starting to let go now as we wind down toward the end of our practice. Softening through your belly. And then changing the other ankle over the top. And take hold of your feet again with your hands. Holding here. allowing your breath to be soft and free. And releasing your feet, bringing both feet to the floor, and now straightening out through your left leg. Your right knee is bent, taking it across your body and extending your right arm out to the side. Placing your left hand on top of your right thigh, turning to look over to your right, and just moving into a twist, but being really mindful not to overdo it. So you're working your knee and your shoulder down toward the floor in opposite directions. Just being careful not to strain your lower back. Breathing and softening through your belly. And rotate back to center. This time straightening out through your right leg, bending through your left knee, taking it across your body. Right hand rests on top of your thigh and extending your left arm out at shoulder height. And turning to look over your left shoulder this time. And then gently working your shoulder and your knee down toward the floor in opposite directions. And release. Give your knees one last little hug, making some small circular movements, relaxing and releasing through your lower back. And then extend your legs out, making yourself comfortable for Shavasana. With your arms out by your sides, palms turned up, and allowing your feet to naturally fall out to the sides. Using any props that you'd like to make yourself comfortable, like a bolster or cushion under your knees, or maybe a cushion under your head. And feel free to take something over your eyes to block out the light. Noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. And just bringing a bit of observation to your breath as well. And seeing if it feels a little bit more relaxed. Feeling like the rhythm has kind of brought you back to your own sense of self and baseline rhythm. And underneath all of the physical experience that we have with our body and our breath, noticing if your mind feels a little bit more calm. And on a much deeper level, perhaps there's even a little bit more awareness of, I have a body and I have a mind, but I'm not my body, I'm not my mind. Awareness of you, the self, the spirit soul seated within. Now I'll guide you through a relaxation. So all you need to do is relax each body part as I mention it. Bringing your breath and your awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relaxing from the big toes to your little toes. Relaxing the soles of your feet. And feeling your heels getting heavier and heavier. Softening your ankles
and softening your calf muscles. Feeling your shin bones to be heavy. Relax your knees all the way into the knee joints and all the tissues surrounding the knee joints. Relaxing your thighs, the tops of your thighs, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip. Feeling both of your legs to be heavy and relaxed. Now softening into your pelvis. Moving upwards into your abdomen. Relaxing from your lower abdominal region up through your midsection and all the way to your upper abdominals and your diaphragm. And taking a moment here to visualize your breath as a healing white light. And visualizing this healing white light, the breath circulating through your abdominal region, going round and round your navel, sweeping through all of these vital organs, replenishing them with fresh prana, oxygen, and other vital nutrients. And now releasing that visualization, feeling soft and relaxed through your belly. And moving upwards to your chest, beginning to relax into your ribs. And relax all the muscles in between each rib. Softening into your lungs. And relaxing into your heart. First, relaxing into the heart muscle. And then on a more subtle level, just bringing your breath again, just as a healing white light, circulating through this subtle area of the heart chakra. Trying to relax and let go of anything you may be holding on to, anything you're carrying on your heart. Softening and releasing. Now taking your awareness up to your collarbones, feeling them broadening and releasing. Relaxing into your shoulders, from the tops of your shoulders, down and around your shoulder blades. Feeling your shoulders to be light and relaxed. Feeling your whole torso to be soft and relaxed. Moving your awareness to your arms, relaxing your upper arms, your elbows and your forearms, softening into your wrists, hands and fingers. Becoming aware of the gentle prickling sensation in your palms, the circulation of prana and life force. Both of your arms are heavy and relaxed. And moving your awareness to your lower back, feeling your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feel all the muscles either side of your spine softening and relaxing. Your head is heavy and your face is soft. Your eyes are getting heavier and heavier. Relax your jaw and relax your mouth. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm and easily able to move into a deep state of relaxation. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Just rest. Beginning to gently wake up your body by wriggling your fingers and toes, rocking your head from side to side, rolling over onto your left side, resting for a moment before pressing yourself up to sit. And we'll finish our class today with just a few rounds of kirtan, chanting the mantra Gauranga. Listening to the sound, drawing it in through our ears, into our mind and down into our heart. And then when we repeat and sing the sound, singing from our heart. And just joining in as you feel comfortable. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Now, closing off our practice by bringing our palms together in prayer position and bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other. And bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.